we are going to do the lobster, and I don't know how many of you have cooked lobster or even killed lobster, and yes, it's not a pleasant experience, but you know, when you eat lobster, when you eat actually any kind of animal, that animal has been live, and I think it's very important to be aware that we're taking the life away and we are going to eat it. And if we do a good job, we actually paying homage to the lives that we sacrifice. And lobsters, it's many ways to kill lobsters. I know that a lot of chefs, a lot of you take lobsters at home, dump it in a boiling water, and the lobster jump a little bit, and then it doesn't move anymore, but it doesn't look like he's having a good time. The most human way of killing lobsters is really to take a big knife and to go through the head and split the head in half. And you're destroying the nervous system. It's absolutely zero pain for the lobster, although you're going to see some movements on the table. If one of you is very sensitive to killing lobster, please let me know before I do it, so you don't have to deal with it and you can sleep well tonight. Everybody's okay? So I'm taking the lobster. When you buy lobster to begin with, you have to know that lobsters have to be live. You don't buy dead lobsters, because when the lobster is dead, he has the tendency to lose a lot of fluid, and then you have the tail that doesn't have any texture. The tail is like cotton. It's not very nice. Also, a distinction in between the male, female, and the female and the male lobster. Depending on what you want to do with the lobster, if you want to use the coral of the lobster for some preparations, you have to know that only the female has the coral inside. And to recognize a female lobster from a male lobster, it's a couple of tricks, but the easiest one is to check those little legs here underneath. And the female has hairy legs, and the male doesn't have hairy legs. It's not my fault. And the reason why is because the female carry the eggs. So the eggs are attached to the little hair that they have underneath. And the male has those very sleek, that's it, that's the word, sleek legs. So I'm taking the lobster, making sure he's alive, so when he's alive at the store you know because he's moving, and then you bring it home, and you try not to keep it home too long, and it's time to say goodbye to the lobster. Makes you laugh, huh? You put it on the cutting board, making sure that the tail is together like that. With your left hand, if your right hand, you grab the tail and the head. Try to have the claws open like that. Keep the elastic on the claws until it doesn't move anymore, because it will get you. And then, if you look at the head of your lobster that you have on the front of you, you'll see the head is divided in 4. Do you see that? It's like a mark dividing the head in 4. You want to show Joe the head divided in 4? And right here, you see it's like that. Half of the head, half of the head. And then with the knife, I'm going to go right here at the cross road in between the lines. And in one shot, I'm going to split the lobster in half. So we go. Like that. Here, okay, make sure it doesn't slide the blade because you will cut yourself. Done. Finished. The lobster is dead, doesn't suffer. Even if it moves, you're okay with it. After that, you can take the claws away, like that. Separate it. And then, ultimately, remove the tail as well. So to remove the tail, you go this way, like almost like if you open a bottle of water, and then of course you pull on both sides, on the head side, on the tail side, like this, like that. Okay. Maybe you kill the lobster and then we move on to the next.